Hi, it's Lou. You know, the good-looking one with the full head of lush hair? I'm taking a break from filling DM Scott's shampoo bottle with Nair to tell you about our new website, thedungeonmastersdojo.com. There, you'll find a host of awesome things, including a picture of me. Every third Friday of the month, a new blog post related to gaming comes out. Interested in getting caught up on the podcast episodes? You'll find those on the website too, as well as other interesting information. Head on over to thedungeonmastersdojo.com and pay us a visit. Send us a message too. We'd love to hear from you. Now, if you excuse me, I have to take the batteries out of DM Bill's hearing aid. See you next time in the dojo.
Greetings and salutations, DMs, GMs, referees, judges, game operations directors, and all other varieties of storytellers. This is your DM, Scott, and it's time for another DM Quick Tip. Hello, everybody. This week, we're going to talk about table etiquette. Yeah, there's etiquette involved in gaming, right? Just like you won't go to church and fart in church, there's certain behaviors that are acceptable at the gaming table and others that really aren't. I guess farting's okay at the gaming table, right? Here's the biggest pet peeve that no matter what game you're at, people are going to be really upset with you, right? Don't show up without snacks. Bring some snacks. Everybody else is going to show up with snacks. And when you do, and you don't share your snacks, you've really violated like the first tenet of table etiquette. So stop. Get some cookies or chips or something like that. They're 99 cents a bag. Don't go cheap, right? Pick them up, bring them to the table, toss them in the middle of the table. So everybody knows they're up for grabs. Don't bogart the snacks. I think it's always good to communicate about what topics are off limits, right? And once you do that, and you do your round robin, communicate what topics are off limits, respect the wishes of the other players. When you're sitting at a gaming table with other individuals, you've entered into a social contract, and that contract has boundaries. You know, be respectful of those boundaries. If people are uncomfortable with certain topics, just don't bring them up. Agree to fade to black, or agree to not even bother with those topics. That's always the best thing to do. We never know the full background of the individuals we're gaming with, right? So we don't want to upset anybody unnecessarily. As a dungeon master and a game master, this is one of my personal pet peeves. Respect your GM. Okay? Pay attention. Don't distract. No side conversations. Put that cell phone down. And I know myself as a player, I'm guilty of this, but put the damn cell phone down. If you're there to game. Put it away. Right? You don't have to turn it off. People have families. There could be family emergencies. But put it away. And put it on vibrate. Unless you're looking up a rule or whatever have you and you don't have a book handy. Along with that, you know, I think it's good to argue the rules, especially if you have a concern with the ruling, but do so respectfully and understand that your DM has the final say, right? The rules are there for a reason, but the DM always has final say. And if you're going to go ahead and you're going to argue those rules and you're going to do so respectfully, please respect the other players at the table. Pull the DM aside after the evening's gameplay is done and go, hey, I got a question about your ruling on this. The rules clearly state this, but you went ahead and ruled this way. And that way you and your DM can have a dialogue on it. And it's not interrupting the gameplay and the enjoyment of the other people at the table. Because keep in mind that while you're important as a player, there's still other players at the table. You know, and they're there to have a good time as well. So interrupting their enjoyment really isn't cool. So go ahead and do those sort of things. Have those side conversations with your DM after the game is done. And understand that ruling is final. Maybe it'll be different next time. Maybe it was a rule the DM wasn't aware of. But please be respectful on that. Share the spotlight. Right? So there's going to be a point in time where the spotlight is going to be shined on you. And there's going to be other points in time where the spotlight is going to be shined on on other players, other characters. Let them have their moment. That's what it's all about. Let them have their moment and understand that they're getting as much enjoyment out of their moment as you are when your moment comes. So share that spotlight. Don't step on anybody's toes. Let everybody do their thing. Be open to feedback. This is important, especially for DMs. I like to get feedback from my players as to how I'm doing, and I like to give feedback back to them. So as a player, go ahead and be open to that feedback. It's only going to improve your game. And you may be one of those individuals that wants to try to sit in the big chair later on. So that feedback is going to come in really handy if you reflect back on it. I can't stress this enough when at the table, but players are not their characters. They are the players. So you got to know how to separate the two. If your dwarf hates elves, that doesn't mean you have to act that way towards the other player, right? So learn how to separate a player from their character. And again, DMs, accept feedback from your players. You got to have that dialogue with them. They're going to tell you what they want, what they enjoy, and what they're not cool with. And that is this week's DM Quick Tip.